At the start of the season, we were 150 to 1 to win the title and get promoted. Today, we're only 3 games away. Can we do it? What is up, guys? Matthew here. Welcome back to another episode of our FM24 Journeyman career mode. And today it's the finale of Season 3. We've been here at Darlington for 2.5 seasons. We took them over, of course, all them years ago. 10 points adrift from safety. And here today we find ourselves on the brink of getting promoted into the Football League. It's going to be tough. There's still 3 games to play. The one on the final day especially could be a belter. But this is where we are, and this is what has happened since you guys were last with me. So, if I remember rightly, we played Ebbsfleet and Rochdale in the last episode. We bounced back from the draw away at Rochdale, and we battered Chester 5-1. At home, a brace from Max Thompson, Thomas Hill, Burton and Kiela getting on the score sheet. In that one, a setback, however, we went away to South Shields, who were, or are, one of the potential chasing pack. They're 5 points behind us at the moment, and we lost 2-0. And I feel like if we'd have won that game, I dare say we probably would have been 5 points clear or something like that with 3 games to go, and it would have looked a little bit more comfortable. Unfortunately, we went there to just get a point, keep South Shields at the same distance from us, and unfortunately they broke through due to an error from our goalkeeper on the hour. And because we were 1 down, we had to come out and try and get back into it, and we then got picked off and lost 2-0. Thankfully, though, we bounced back from that instantly with a 3-0 win over Altrincham at home, and I'm glad because it's been a long time since we'd lost a game, and I really didn't want us to start hitting a bad run of form and a run of defeats now of all times in the season. So I'm delighted we got that out the way and got ourselves back on track. So in the finale today, we've got 3 games. We're away at Gateshead to start with. They were near the top to start the season, but quite simply put, have just slid further and further and further down the table. I mean, barring their win over Altrincham, they've not won in the league since the very end of January, and that's against the team who've been relegated by a country mile. Before that, they'd not won since October. They've had a dismal time of it, and might be quite lucky that they probably had such a good start they won't get relegated, but it's been just a non-stop slide down the table for Gateshead. We then host Halifax, who are mid-table, so it's always difficult to know how to quite read them games. But Liam Richardson's the manager. He's a pretty good manager, you know. He obviously managed Wigan. He's just took over at Rotherham in real life, and they're playing all right at the moment, so that's a tough one. Then we host Oldham on the final day, and given the league table, that could be an absolute decider because, as you can see, we've already got playoffs, which is absolutely awesome. But we're only 2 points clear of Southend United, so they're a team we have to keep an eye on. They do play Fylde in between now and the end of the season, which could be a big game for them. But Oldham are only 4 points back, so we need to keep that gap to them at least going in to the final day, so we don't have to worry about them either. South Shields 5 back. It's going to be a tough ask for them now to get past Southend, Oldham and us, so we're probably looking at Southend, Oldham possibly as well. So without any further ado, let's get stuck into it. The final 3 games of the National League season, and in our promotion so far we've had to do it via the playoffs. Can we do it by winning a title? Let's see if we can hold it together. So the team then, it's ahead to Gateshead, and it's the best team we can field, you could say. Shelby is in goal. We've got Lloyd, Sykes, Sassy and Burton in defence, with Little, Thomas Hill and Caden Kelly in the midfield 3. Spellman is back after his long-term injury, so I'm happy to get him straight back in the mix. He's been absolutely fantastic, and I'm delighted to see him back. Plus, Romano is not in the best of form. Kiela isn't either, so we'll see how Spellman gets on in this game. Green's on the left, he's in very good form. Thompson's a bit hit and miss. Here's hoping for a very good game from him today. But yeah, this is going to be extremely difficult. We are going to go balanced. I don't want to start changing anything too drastically, but when we're away from home, we do opt to go balanced, just so we don't lose the game before we have a chance to win it. But the boys have showed no signs of nerves, really. They've been extremely professional, very clinical. As I say, lost to South Shields, then found a way to get straight back on it with a 3-0 win at home to Altrincham. So it's a team who are feeling good, morale is high, and I'm just hoping we can just continue to ride the crest of this wave that we are on at the moment, and see ourselves over the line. Essentially, we've got a game here against a team who aren't playing well, and 2 home games, and our home form is extremely good. So I'd like to think that'll serve us well, having 2 of the final 3 games at Blackwell Meadows. But I will turn comprehensive highlights off. I did attend a game off screen. Oldham played South Shields, and I thought I'd attend it, see what the crack is. And yeah, I watched a lot of it. And South Shields lost, to my surprise. Hence why Oldham are up to 3rd. But there's been a lot of inconsistency in behind us, and that's why, even with us not winning every single game, we've still been able to maintain our place at the top of the league. And I'd like to hope that will remain the case come the end of the season. And it looks like Oldham might be getting beat, actually. They've just dropped down, or South Shields winning. South Shields are winning at the moment at Wealdstone, or at home to Wealdstone. But we've seemed like we've had more of the chances so far, but no highlights to be seen as yet. So I'm confident and comfortable that we are playing well here today. Oldham now are getting beat, so, well, what an opportunity this is for us. If we can edge ourselves in front, Fylde are getting beat as well. Oh, I thought it was going to be a Darlington highlight, or it still might be. Spellman, oh, he's lost the ball. No one can quite hold on to it at the moment. But Spellman nicks it again. It's all very scrappy, isn't it? Thompson, though, plays it out to Green on the left-hand side. A good switch to spread the play. Thompson's shot is safe, but the rebound is there. Max Thompson gives us a huge lead. And we needed that. It settles us down. A couple of nerves. I don't know why Sassy's nervous, but I'm going to give him encouragement. We might have to independently manage a few players in this spell, because they'll all react very differently to the scenario we're in. But it was a good save by the goalkeeper initially, but Thompson was there on the rebound, and he reacted extremely well. And we are in front in what I hope is the final away game of the season. In fact, it should be, because if we are in the playoffs, we should be at home in the semi-final. I do believe the National League final is at Wembley, though, so if we do have to go through the playoffs, we will have to hopefully make a trip through to Wembley. But here's hoping we don't even have to think about that, because Kelly, great interception. Spellman, what a run, and that's a penalty! That's a penalty! Let's double check who we got on it. Max Thompson should be the one taking it. He has, touch wood, scored a lot of his penalties recently. A 2-goal lead here would be huge. Max Thompson, what a moment this could be, and he converts it without any shadow of a doubt. Max Thompson with his 21st goal of the season puts us 2-0 up. And it's all going to plan so far. A very good penalty by our striker. And we are now into first half stoppage time. Are we going to get a third? I mean, my word, given the circumstances, this would be an incredible performance. Johnson's just he's off. Johnson's already booked. And I think that could be his second yellow card. And he is off. Gateshead down to 10 men. Elliot Johnson off for a second yellow card. And can we just rub salt in the wounds here? And I think it's Thomas Hill. Can he put this into the back of the net? He's done it before. I know it's Spellman. Back from his injury layoff. Oh, and he's hit the bar. What a great effort by Michael Spellman. But it's going to be one hell of a task now, you'd like to think, for Gateshead. Down to 10 men, 2 goals down. Cross comes in. Spellman makes it 3, and there it is. 3-0 up by half-time. A man up 2. It's gone perfectly. And, yeah, what a great cross. I'll tell you what, the 2 fullbacks we've signed this season have been tremendous. Given the fact that Kieran Burton's not naturally a fullback, he's more of a centre-back. And Burton, we took forever to get a right back in. They've probably been our 2 best signings, other than Josh Hines up front. But, yeah, 3-0 up at half-time. A brilliant half. I am still wary of complacency. I'm going to say well done so far. And we'll just hopefully keep things as is for now. Elsewhere, Southend, I don't believe... Are they winning? I don't think they are. Well, they've missed a penalty, in fact, in their game away to Bromley, who were 7th. So that's not an easy game for them either. South Shields are the only other side who are keeping touch with us at the moment. Filed are losing 3-0. Oldham are still getting beat. A lot of teams, a lot of big sides in and around us, their seasons have really fallen off as well. I say that Oldham have equalised. We could do with them not winning because they'd be 6 points off us now. And I think our goal difference is far superior, so we might be clear of Oldham if results stay as is. Couple of complacent players, which is natural. I mean, the wingers have been absolutely outstanding, but we will manage Spellman. He has just come back, of course. He's had a fantastic game, which you would expect nothing less from him. He's an absolutely incredible player. Sassy's complacent, so let's bring... then again, so Jack Leckie. But we'll give Leckie some minutes. He's been banging on the door for some minutes. And seemingly doesn't want to stay around, but he's going to have to stick around now until the end of the season because it is pretty much, well, deadline day's come and gone even at this level. Haven't seen much second half, though, from either side. Gateshead do have the ball here. Winterbottom now. Hoofing it long. Oh, Boylan's been able to take that down, and it's 3-1. It's 3-1. That should not be happening. Route 1, straight down the middle. Nobody challenged for the ball there. Yeah, I mean, who's our number 20? It's not Leckie, has it? Has he just come on and he's already dropped a clanger? Well, that's very annoying. You'd love a clean sheet in this situation. Thompson would probably love a hat-trick as well, but we're going to bring him off just to preserve his fitness for the incoming finale of games in which they do come very thick and fast. We're going to lower the tempo and waste a bit of time here into the final 10 minutes. I'd like to think we've got enough about us here to manage this one. Leckie is nervous. I know he's okay now. I think we're going to get the job done here. It's a shame not to get the clean sheet. But given this away trip, Gateshead's form, it had all the makings of an upset. And I'm hoping results elsewhere stay as is because we might have had a real result. Not only here at Gateshead, but elsewhere as well. Full time, a 3-1 win. Very good, a fantastic performance. You did the job I asked of you. Well done, everyone. And yeah, results have gone our way, ladies and gentlemen. We're 4 points clear with 2 games to go. A win against Halifax would do it. We wouldn't even need to beat Oldham on the final day. And in fact, they're 6 points behind with a much inferior goal difference. So, wow, it might not even go all the way. We've pulled a result out, and this is probably the biggest gap we've had. And what a time to get it. Fylde lost 4-0. They've gone from hoping to win the title to clinging onto a playoff spot. As it happens, Oldham dropped points away at Altrincham, which is a shocking result for them. Southend drew 0-0 at Bromley, which is a tough game. Both teams had a man sent off in that one. They must have started scrapping. South Shields were the only side who have maintained pace, but they are 5 points behind us at this moment in time. And again, it would take something quite incredible for them to turn things around. So, a good win, a very good away win. A couple of sides have guaranteed playoff places. South Shields, Southend and Oldham have joined us in the playoffs, but we could surpass that, we could be crowned champions. We could get automatically promoted if we beat Halifax at home on Easter Monday. Oh, let's get to it. Okay, we've got a team meeting ahead of the final game of the season, ahead of the title challenge, which we never ever thought we would be a part of. But we've been told to ease expectations. It's what we've done pretty much since the start of the season. And I don't want to play on your minds. Treat the match like you would any other. And I think that's the best approach with a group of boys who, let's be fair, never ever once thought they'd be in this position. But here we are, and they've delivered incredibly well up until this point. I really hope they do it. I think it would be incredible for us to take Darlington into the Football League. So yeah, here we go. I'll get the press conference out of the way, and then it's going to be time to pick the team. Okay, so the team then ahead of this huge game, the biggest game in Darlington's recent history, since they, of course, were forced to drop all the way down to the bottom of the pyramid. It's a massive game. We've went with the best team, the team who I feel have delivered more often than not this season. You guys know the faces: Shelby, Lloyd, Sykes, Sassy, Burton, Little, Hill, Kelly, Spellman, Green, Thompson. I think the front lads have got enough to get the win in this game. And it's huge. It's huge. The big day is here. We're going to go positive. We're going to stick to our normal game. We've rested the boys since the last game. And now I know I did this earlier in the season against Wealdstone and we lost. But I genuinely feel like there is definitely a benefit in resting the boys between quick games like this, when the opposition probably won't. But here we go then. Hopefully, it doesn't look like a sellout at Blackwell Meadows. I'm surprised. But it's the penultimate game of the season. And boy, it would be something if we could get this done in one go, with one game left of the season. And to be fair, even if things don't go our way today, we still, even if we don't win, get promoted based off of other results that go the other way. So, yeah, there's so many possible permutations that could result in us going up here today. A lot depends on what happens elsewhere as well, but they've got it all to do heading into the final game of the season. They've got to win both their games, and we've got to essentially lose both of ours. It looks like we've started well. The boys seem comfortable. Oldham had taken the lead, but have since conceded it. South Shields, though, are ahead. And we do have a Halifax highlight here. And, well, where's the left back? Tarry running into the box. And, well, I think Shelby did extremely well to tip that over the bar. I don't know where Burton was, but it was a good save. And now it's going to be a corner whipped in, headed out. Can Spellman get there? No, Tarry is going to put it back in. And, well, he isn't, because it was a terrible through ball and it's gone out for a goal kick. So that attack came to nothing. Keep giving the boys encouragement. Oldham are having a stinker. They're getting walloped by Gateshead, who we've just walloped, who, as you know, are in terrible form. So Oldham's outside. Very slim chances. In fact, I don't even think they have that. Slipping. And, I mean, they're fighting still for a place in the playoffs. And obviously, if you finish in 4th or 5th, you get an advantage going into the quarter-final. If you finish 2nd or 3rd, you're in the semi-final. You get a bye like we did last season. And we saw the benefits of that, didn't we, last season, when we got the bye at home in the semi-final first leg. And it helped us go all the way. But Southend are beating Fylde in what is a very tight game in the playoff race, which means they are still in with an outside chance. End of the half. We've had 7 shots, 1 on target, but not a highlight, unfortunately. We've kept Halifax out. But I'm going to say, yeah, keep going. Keep going. You're doing well. We just need 1 goal. It doesn't have to be special. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. We just need 1 single goal. A solitary goal, and we are promoted. And to be fair, a goal at Southend would promote us as well. Although South Shields might have a superior goal difference to us. that could be something worth thinking about. But I am surprised we've not had a single highlight, in this game. We might have to make a change or two. Yeah, I think we might. Not much creativity going on in behind, so Spellman's not having the best of games, so we're going to bring on Marco Romano. Do I bring on Josh Hines? Or do I leave it so that if we need 2 strikers, we have 2 strikers, we can bring 2 on if necessary? Yeah, I'll leave the striker card until later on if we desperately need it. But I am very surprised by the lack of highlights in this game. I mean, our XG is very good. We seemingly are on top, but we've not had a highlight to really emphasise that. And I thought that could be a highlight, but they've played the ball out well. CJ Clark, though, with a tremendous interception there. That's exactly what he's best at. And now Marco Romano. Oh, they've lost it. Oh, the goalkeeper, what's he done? It's a penalty. The goalkeeper's made a mess of it. He's brought down Thompson, who has the chance to score the goal that could send us into the Football League. Thompson puts it in the corner. Yes! Come on, Max Thompson pounces on an error from the Halifax goalkeeper, and a gift puts us in front, and as it stands, will take us up into the Football League. 20 minutes to go. 4 points clear. The job will be done here today. I don't know how nervous the boys will start to feel. There are a few nerves knocking about. And I don't know if encouraging them will work. We might have to just encourage the individuals here. I'm sure you can do it. You can do calls to selected players, I'm sure. Can you? I'm sure you... I want to tell them both to stay calm. Oh, I'm sure you can do it. How do you do it? Can you just bulk select? Oh, well, I thought you could. Anyway, I'd rather Sassy be the one that just remains calm in this situation. And I think now we definitely have to go balanced. Maybe even cautious. Can we make another change? Do we go with the back 5 just to be sure? It could be a good shout, I don't want to waste any time or take any risks. We never do this normally. And maybe I'm being a little bit, should I be changing things? Should I just keep things as is? But I just want to make sure and ensure that we get the job done here in the final 10 minutes. So we'll bring on another centre-back. Waste a bit of time. I might still keep some positivity actually in the midfield. So we've just not got a giant gap between top and bottom. A second goal would seal it, and our name would be on the trophy. But there's still 10 minutes to go. Do not make a mistake here, boys. I'm so nervous when they're playing out from the back like this, but we've worked it well. Thompson now, can he play Harry Green in? Oh, he's waited too long. Keeps the ball though, that's fine with me. Oh God, this is nerve-wracking just seeing us pass the ball, waiting for something to go wrong at any moment. Here's Sykes. Back to Lloyd now. Come on, boys, get that second. Lloyd has been incredible. So many assists this season. What a ball into Harry Green, who's onside. Oh, no, he isn't. It hasn't swapped to... No, it hasn't. I thought it had swapped to full match for a second there, but it hasn't. It's just a very pointless highlight, wasn't it? But here we go. We're almost there. There's nerves all around. I can't say anything to the boys. We've just got to try and hope that with 3 minutes left of injury time... Oh my God, we've got a highlight. I don't want a highlight. I don't want any highlights. Cross comes in. The goalkeeper's collected. Oh God. Don't be a Halifax highlight, please. Don't let the ball drop. Well won, Sassy. Oh God, no, it's in behind though, Cook. Oh God. Halifax are going to have a highlight. Of course they are. FM couldn't just let us get the job done. Oh, the Fondra's got a 91st minute. Equaliser. FM just couldn't let us get the job done. Oh, you are kidding. Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. We've bottled it. At the death, we've bottled it. We've not won the title. That's all they did. That's all they did. Of course they score. It's going to go all the way. Oh, you know what? I'm going to keep their morale up. I'm going to sympathise with you all. Oh, we had the chance to get the job done, and now it will go down to the final day. South Shields could do it with a win. If we lose and they win, they're champions. Southend could do it, but they would need to win. If we draw, we stay ahead of them, but we would need South Shields to draw. I cannot believe we were cruising. And of course, FM delivers the equaliser from nothing. And now we play Oldham, who are fourth, albeit not in the best of form. And they're actually in the FA Trophy final as well. So congratulations to them. So, it's still in our hands. 2 points clear. But Southend could still get the job done. They play Newport County, who are mid-table. South Shields could still get the job done. If we lose, they've got Boro, who are 11th. So we now have the hardest of the 3 games, but it's in our hands. Oh, I can't believe it. Let's pick the team, and fingers crossed we can get over the line this time. Okay, so the team then heading in to the final game of the season, and it will be the final game of the season. God Christ, I hope. And it's like this. Unfortunately, Kieran Lloyd has just not recovered. I thought with a week between games, everyone would be fit and ready to go, and everyone is, but he's nowhere near. Even though I think we subbed him in the last game. He's exhausted, bless him, and he needs a rest. So Kieran Lloyd might have to sit this big game out. Jimmy Sinclair comes in, a huge game for him. The 2 centre-backs also look tired, in need of a rest. We just need one more solid performance from the pair of them. Burton, Little, Kelly, Hill, the usual midfield, Spellman, Green and Thompson. They are still the team who are going to play. We've just made a change at right back. I still stand by they are our best team. And I'm just glad Oldham aren't in the fight, because that would make things incredibly more awkward. But it's still in our hands. We just need a win. We just need a win. That's all we need. Make it sound easier. Just a win. And again, even if we don't win, it still could be ours if results don't go our way. We need to remember Southend are under the same pressure that we are. South Shields are under the same pressure that we are. We just sadly don't have the goal difference advantage on South Shields, which I would have loved to have had. But here we go then. We are underway here at Blackwell Meadows. It is a sellout officially, and I'm hoping we can give this sellout crowd exactly what they've came for, and that is the title. Norris is in already. He's offside. No, he isn't. He's put it wide though. How the hell has that happened? That's not a very encouraging sign for me, that they've just run in behind our 2 centre-backs, who maybe do need a rest. But they are just so damn good. They are the foundation as to why we've been so good defensively in this league this season. Sinclair, here's Hill. Here's Michael Spellman. Don't know what he did there. Just stopped running. Anyway, Norman clears it. Brought down with ease by Burton. Here's Kelly. Harry Green. Great ball in behind here. Thompson can't quite latch onto it, but it is going to come back to Harry Green. He's got the overlapping run of Burton. Doesn't opt to use him. Little to Hill. Spellman. Michael Spellman scores! Come on! Michael Spellman, back from injury, does play his part in the opening goal. A great move here. We shifted Oldham from left to right. Little into Hill. He brought the left back in, which gave Spellman the space. And what a beautiful finish into the far corner. As cool as you like. And, well, we'd encouraged the boys, and then they went and scored. So that's a little bit annoying. Hopefully they recover from that. And it's a good job of winning, because South Shields are winning as well. They're beating Boro 1-0. But hold the phones, ladies and gentlemen, because Oldham have a corner here. 17 minutes in, and it's in. It's an own goal. By the goalkeeper. Of course it is. I have no idea what's happened there, but because it's an own goal, it clearly wasn't going on target until our goalkeeper diverted it on target. I don't know what's happened there. It's found its way in. It's one each. This isn't going to be easy, is it? This just is not going to be easy. It just isn't. I know it isn't. The game is just not going to make this easy for us, is it? It's going to put us through all of the pain and the stress and the anxiety until we inevitably lose the title at the death. And we've not been great. We've not been very good at all in terms of going forwards. But as it stands, we are still going up as champions. An Oldham goal would change that. But a goal at South Shields would change that. They're only winning 1-0 at home to Boro. I don't think Southend... I don't think there's even a goal in that game. Yeah, I can't even see. Oh, no, they're winning. Southend are winning. So, oh my God, they're level on points with us. Oh my God. It's all happening. Holy crap. Right. Keep going. We can win this if we work hard as a team. Harry Green's not having a good one and he's looking tired. So we're going to bring Romano on. And you know what? I might bring Josh Hines on because Thompson's not having a good game. I'll leave that until the 60th minute. But as things stand, we're up via goal difference. Goal difference over Southend. That's bonkers. And South Shields are 1 point behind, but an Oldham goal would drop us to third? Which would be horrible. That would be horrible. We wouldn't even get the advantage of the semi-final. That's how much this is all in the balance right now. Romano into Kelly. Oh, he's lost it. It's okay. Burton recovers it. It's a great floated ball. It's a penalty. We keep getting given penalties, and I take it all day long. A push on Spellman gives Thompson the chance. Like he did in the last two. He's scored each of his last two penalties, and he scores again. What a clutch player under pressure. He scored 3 penalties in 3 games. He's delivered every time without any sign of nerves. And we're back in front again. And you know what? The start of the second half's been pretty good, to be fair. I'm happy with the reaction of the boys. But we were winning in the last game and we all know how that turned out. Oh, God. This is so nerve-wracking. Oh, my word. Right, Romano's struggling. Let's give him a bit of encouragement. So, 2 points clear of Southend United now. South Shields are in third. So all the top 3, I believe, are winning. But we're on the hour. It looks like there was about to be a highlight. We're going to make some changes. We need to freshen things up. So CJ Clark's nervous. You know what, I'm just going to assume everyone's going to be nervous. I accept that. Ben Little, we're going to bring him in. We're going to lower the tempo as well because it's knackering the lads completely. And we're going to bring on Josh Hines. Just that focal point up front could help us hold the ball up when we need it. The rest of the boys are going to just have to do the job. And it is a highlight. And it's a Darlington highlight. What I'd do for a third goal here, boys. What I'd do. Oh, my word. Spellman. Thompson. Oh, damn it. I thought that he was going to be played in with the most beautiful through ball ever seen. Cut through the defence like butter. Oh, no. Graham. Oh, no. Here come Oldham. Here come Oldham. Here come Oldham. Don't let him cross it. Oh, it's deflected off the goalkeeper. It's gone behind. It looked like a pretty needless cross as well, but it has gave them a corner. Khan whips it in. It's headed out by Hines, and that's it. That's the end of the highlight. Thank heavens. Right. I think as things stand, Oldham would have to score twice for us to not win the title here. We'd still be up via goal difference over Southend United. So I think the worry was that we lost this game. That's when we'd be in real trouble. I'd like to hope we're not in danger of that as it stands. I'm not going to change... Well, I can't change the formation. I'm not doing anything drastic. I'm going to go cautious and I'm going to let the boys manage the game in the only way they know how. In the final 5 minutes, into the final 4 minutes. They did have a free kick. Nothing must have come of it. We're going to do it. We've left it later than we would have liked. We've left it till a home game against the team who are fourth and might be winning the FA Trophy. But at 150-1 to go up, we have surpassed the odds. We've destroyed the odds. And Darlington have won the National League. And we are going into League 2 as champions. Come on! Oh, I would never in my wildest dreams have thought we would be here. Not in our first season. Oh, but to see the boys lifting a trophy. You know, it's not playoffs, it's a title. It's at home as well, in front of our home crowd. It could not be written any better. And you know what? What a job they did in that final game against a very good side to do the job. We are champions of the National League, and Darlington are finally back into the Football League where they belong. Absolutely brilliant. Some decent performances out there. I think it was a tightish game. In the end, penalty made a massive difference, but yeah, everyone deserves just, yeah, huge congratulations. And we've done it. We have done it. 2 points we won it by in the end. That was never in doubt, was it? But yeah, it seems like all of the top three did the job in the end. Filed won, which means they secure a playoff spot along with Bromley. Aldershot just miss out. Southend won 2-0. They did their job and they'll have an advantage over South Shields in the semi-finals. If they are to meet, they would be at home Southend, but South Shields are in there as well. And let's not forget, they come up with us last season as champions, so they've done an incredible job themselves to possibly join us going back to back, which would be incredible for them. Other sides that we may have slight interest in, as I mentioned, Gateshead did have a wonderful start to the season. They haven't slipped all the way. Hartlepool nearly dropped out of the National League North, which would have been disastrous given they were Football League only a season or two ago. They lost 3-0 on the final day, and luckily I think must have already had a cushion. Or would they? Oh no, if Scarborough had won. No, if Dagenham and Redbridge had won. Oh, they did win. Okay, yeah, Chester and Dagenham played each other, so Hartlepool I don't think could have got relegated anyway. Or maybe if Chester had won and Scarborough had won, they might have. So Hartlepool have gotten away with one there. But job done. Incredible. The board would like to hold a meeting to discuss potentially turning professional. I mean, it's about time. Let's be fair. We're in the Football League. We can't be a semi-professional team in the Football League. And it's quite crazy to think a semi-professional team has just won the National League. But yeah, A+, unbelievable job. I mean, let me just remind you guys of the odds at the start of the season. In fact, they've gone down. I'm sure when I last showed you, we were 150-1 and 20th. We've dropped to 22nd, 250-1 to get promoted. And we've done it. Incredible. That's insane. But yeah, let's attend this. We would like your opinion whether the club should... Absolutely. Absolutely. Nice quick meeting, but we've got to turn professional. It does mean we'll be training full time, But there we go, champions of the 25-26 National League season. Initial budgets. So we've got a wage budget of 19,000. Wow. No transfer budget, but I can work on that. I think if we have to shift it, we can. We've got a bit of room there. Fans celebrate with manager round. I mean, look at that. The pre-season odds. It actually says 1,000 to 1. That's insane. 1,000 to 1. Well, we've won some lucky punters a lot of money. I can tell you that. Let's have a little look then. So, last time we looked at this, I think it was when we went up from the National League North. So following that, on the march, Darlington's top half finished in the Vanarama National League North represented continued progress. Oh no, this is... When was this? This was the back in the last season, wasn't it? Best in the business, downplayed his contribution towards the National League Manager of the Season. Obviously, yeah, we won that award. We might win it again, to be fair. Thompson, the record breaker, broke records last season. Obviously, the transfer record we smashed, 2.5k for 5 players. Keeping Max Thompson at the club, investing the best. 7 prospects arrive. I think we've smashed the transfers, to be fair. 2 players with lofty reputations joined, and Sassy and Lloyd were both exceptional. 100th game, which ended up losing in defeat. We lost our 100th game by being knocked out of the FA Cup once again. Not great. And then on the 26th of December on Boxing Day, fans of Darlington who chose to beat the Traffic will forever regret missing their side's incredible 92nd minute winner against Hartlepool in the National League. Of course, what a day that was. Heading into 2026, highly rated youngster Kristen Bryn joined us. Yep, he was one of our elite talents that come through. I don't think I showed you guys the youth intake, but he was one of the 2 players who we've signed on. We'll probably go through them at some point. And then Vanarama National Triumph. And Max Thompson, 23 goals in the end. I think between him and Hines, they got a ridiculous number of goals. Thompson, I think, has gotten more. I mean, look at that. I mean, this guy from South Shields is ridiculous. Look at him. He's 5 stars. He's a League One standard player now. How have South Shields signed him? I mean, no wonder he's top goal scorer. It's like dropping Haaland in the Championship. It's crazy. But we've got 2 of our boys in the top 5. Hines with 23, Thompson with 24. That's great, considering they were our only 2 strikers. So there we go. We follow the likes of Boro, Sutton, Stockport, Wrexham, Gateshead and Solihull Moors. We turn professional. We're crowned champions. And yeah, we will be officially professional by June of 2026, which, yeah, we've obviously got a long old time now to wait until the new season. I will just skip through until we get probably till the end of May, mid-May. We'll have a little look as we do around the world of football to see what's happened elsewhere. And that's probably where we'll leave it. We'll obviously sort out players who we're going to release and everything in the next episode, which will have to be a Football League transfer special, which would be awesome. But I'll skip ahead. If anything of note happens, I'll let you guys know, and then we'll have a little roundup of what's happened elsewhere in the world of Football Manager. Okay, so we do have a couple of things to look at. The fan base has gone up by 10% fair weather fans, but down 10% hardcore, which is bit of a surprise. Club vision and expectations meeting we've got with the board now, so I mean they're obviously massively delighted with what we've done. I mean, I don't even know, I can't even remember what the plan was in terms of promotion out of the National League. I don't even think it was within the plan, to be honest. But what we've done this season, they're pleased that we played attacking football, very pleased we played possession football, very pleased that we made the most of set pieces. Did we bring a set-piece coach in this season? No, we didn't. We don't have room for one. That must have been my other career mode. Pleased we played entertaining football. Very pleased that we play a high-tempo pressing football. Happy we worked within the wage budget, and we growed the reputation of the club. It's safe to say we are, yeah, in the good books. I mean, we were A+. I don't know why we've dropped to B+ all of a sudden. Interesting, and a B+ with the support as well. It is interesting to see that the rumours that have been going around about a takeover that were squashed a bit by Sky Sports. It's still there, and it's an alert in the club's vision. So, due to the club being in a takeover process, we've altered the 5-year plan until the situation has been resolved. We will hold off setting any long-term plans. So, there isn't a 5-year plan. It's just to stay up. Nothing else, which I guess is a given. But, yeah, that's literally all we've got for now. It's all a bit up in the air, to be honest with you. So we'll accept that. Just attempt to stay in the Football League. I mean, we were expected to attempt to stay in the National League, and look what happened there. We've got excellent dressing room and managerial support. End of season team meeting. I think we always bugger this up, don't we? But I think there's bound to be plenty to say. Well, do you think? Yeah, Sky Bet League 2. I think we need to just battle to stay up, if that's a thing. I don't think we can avoid a relegation battle. I don't think that's going to be realistic for the boys. Let's be fair, we're 1,000 to 1 favourites, and we've gotten promoted somehow. Do I say we'll probably come back down? I'm so happy with promotion, but I know how hard it'll be playing at high level. You'll all be given a chance. I think that's not a promise, is it? And to be fair, a lot of them are still going to be here next season. I'm going to leave it at that. Let them go on a high, go and get absolutely smashed and hammered over the summer, because we won't have as much of an overhaul as I thought. The only players we've got leaving, Boro will be released. We signed him and he's never played really. Leak, he'll probably go as well. He's probably not going to be good enough. Fletcher's probably not going to be good enough either. Lecky, probably not be good enough either. Same with Harry Wright. Kelly, I might keep. I don't know. We could probably improve in that position. Spellman, again, probably not good enough, but I just have a soft spot for Spellman. What he's done for the football club, I probably will give him a chance in League 2. Jimmy Sinclair, I might keep, potential. He's always stepped in and done well this season. I think with his potential, we'll probably keep him. CD Sinyan, of course, a youngster from the end of our first season, hasn't featured this year. Obviously, he broke through with James Harvey, who left. So Sinyan will probably be released. Kiela was on loan anyway. And the rest are all here for another year. So we don't have to worry about any of them. So I don't think there's going to be as much of an overhaul. Actually, hold the phone. Hold the phone. We're getting a bigger ground. We've only just expanded it. We're expanding it again. They are going to enlarge the ground by 1,500 seats. This is amazing. You'll remember when I first joined Darlington, one of the big reasons as to why I wanted to join was because of the stadium expansion. We did a bit last season, and we're doing it again this season. Let's not forget, I think, have the smallest ground in the National League. I believe. Stadiums. We do. The smallest ground, and yet we've got ourselves up, which I can't believe the job. I think it's quite understated, the job we've done getting this team promoted, but that's going to take us up to around 5,200 capacity, which would actually not be the smallest in League 2. Interesting, but that's amazing. It will take 7 months to complete though, so it won't be done until well into next season. £1.7 million is going to be used or spent to do it, and an 850 grand grant from the authorities has allowed this to happen. So no roof, no under-soil heating, but a capacity increase of 1,500 seats. It should be finished by November, so that's not too far into the new season. But very excited, and I loved the ambition of the club when I first joined, and it's bearing fruit. I can't say that anything that we were promised or told hasn't happened. And the chairperson, David Johnson, has quashed reports of a takeover by the fans. Speculation has mounted in recent days amid a talk of a deal for the club to change hands, but that no longer appears to be the case. I don't know what's happening, if it's going to be sold, if it isn't going to be sold, if so, who to, who the hell knows. But anyhow, let's crack on and see what else happens. So we've got our end of season review here. So let's have a little look then. So the new arrivals, We had obviously a very busy transfer window, one that didn't actually go to plan overall. But the star transfer has actually been our loan signing of Tavonga Kuyela, who we obviously brought in only because we lost Michael Spellman to injury. But in his 8 appearances, 7 starts, he scored 3 goals, got 1 assist. Thought he was fantastic. Didn't end up playing much in the end once Spellman come back in, but tidied us over perfectly well for the months we needed him. Josh Hines was our star signing. Again, someone we didn't expect to be as good as he did. He come in as a backup to Max Thompson and knew he would be a backup too, and had a spell mid-season where he was just banging in hat-trick after hat-trick. It was, crazy form, and what I liked about Josh was he gave us something different. You know, he was a target man, he won so much in the air, and when we put them both on, they offered us 2 completely different types of strikers and really worked together well. So I'd like to keep Josh, see how he does next season. He was absolutely fantastic for us. An average rating of 7.17, 22 goals in 22 games, 3 assists, which is crazy. Dan Sassy, we of course signed. He was a youngster who was let go by Burnley. He got a 7.11. Another great young player who I'm looking forward to seeing develop. He got 5 goals. Did exceptionally well. He got an A+. To be fair, Josh Hines only got a C with the board reaction, transfer reaction, but never mind. Kieran Lloyd, I think, is my personal favourite signing, a full-back from Wigan. We were scrambling at the time for a right-back, and I guess it was all leading to this man, and he was absolutely outstanding. They were delighted we got him for a lower wage than what we thought, and he got 10 assists from right-back, which I think is outstanding. And you could say the same for Kieran Burton on the left, who actually is a centre-back by trade, but was a fantastic full-back, got 5 assists of his own, and another really, really good average rating. Marco Romano dropped off towards the end of the season, but we obviously signed him from Italy, and he did extremely well, especially in the early days of the season. Just missed out on a green 7 rating, but got 9 goals and 8 assists, which I think's still a very good return. And to be fair, Isaac Fletcher did well from Middlesbrough when he got the couple of games that he did. Sadly, I don't think he'll be staying with us. Kuyela then just below him. Then we've got the likes of Thomas Hill, who I think seemed to play better than what his rating suggests, but he's done a decent job for us. As I say, Burko never really played. Hendricks, a really good youngster. I'm very looking forward to seeing how he develops. Kane Sykes, I'm surprised his ratings are not higher than it is. I think he's been an outstanding centre-back alongside Dan Sassy. Jimmy Sinclair, a fantastic youngster who we have just signed on a new deal. I look forward to seeing how he develops going forward, and the same can be said for Theo Avery, who's our backup goalkeeper and has potential that is through the roof. So here are the results throughout the season. Obviously, we surpassed all expectations, winning the league after the board expected us to just attempt to avoid relegation. They weren't even expecting us to avoid relegation, but obviously we got an A+ in the league. If you look through our competition results, the start was quite indifferent, but then we went on a decent run. Bit of a blotchy October where we didn't win at all, and then after that, November, fantastic. A bit spotty into the new year, but then I think from February onwards we had a really good end of the season where we only lost twice between February and April, which I think got us over the line in the end. FA Cup, we were disappointed. We still haven't qualified for the FA Cup, by the way. I think we will now automatically be in a League 2 team, but for the second year running, we lost out in the final qualifying round, and it was disappointing to Kidderminster Harriers. And we also didn't do great in the FA Trophy. We lost 2-0 to Oldham, but at the time, we weren't really that bothered about that trophy. Biggest win was 5-1 away at Scarborough in September. Match to remember was our 2-0 win on the second game of the season away at Hartlepool. That really announced us into the National League, and goal of the season come from Michael Spellman in a 4-0 win over Ebbsfleet in November. I don't remember this goal. Do you guys remember this goal? Michael Spellman. What did he do? Right, so Sassy took the lead with a header. Is this Spellman's goal? Little plays out to Lloyd. Cross comes in. No. Harry Green with a header. Nice. Is this a Spellman goal? So Lloyd, here he is, Spellman. So he beats one, keeps going. Alright, yeah, he beats two or three, and then almost takes the net off. I get it. I see that. That's definitely a worthy goal of the season, I'd like to think. So financially, the club's reputation has gone from local to regional, which is awesome. We have got a new sponsorship deal. And a notable deal, which is a two-year deal worth $41.5k, which is awesome. Broadcast revenue's gone up, corporate and hospitality's gone up, prize money's gone down weirdly, match day revenue's gone up, which is awesome. Here's the best lineup. In fact, weirdly enough, Hines actually starts over Max Thompson, which is a surprise, but George Shelvey stepped up and did really well. We've got Lloyd, Sassy, Sykes, Burton, Hill, Kelly, Little, Romano, Green, and Hines. You guys know that. That's pretty much our standard lineup. So managerial awards, we won Manager of the Month, of course. This is going back into the National League North. We won Manager of the Month in the National League in September, November, and March, and might go on to win Manager of the Season, I dare say. I'd be shocked if we didn't. Club awards, so Fan Player of the Season was Max Thompson. Young Player was Michael Spellman. Signing of the Season was Josh Hines. Goal of the Season was the one we've just seen by Michael Spellman. Max did edge Josh Hines in terms of the top goal scorer with 23. Kelly had the most assists with 12, so maybe there is a case to keep him in League 2. Thompson had the most Man of the Match awards with 9. Hines had the highest average with 7.2. And Thompson has broke a record by scoring 23 goals. Shelvey actually broke a record by getting 16 clean sheets. I didn't realise our defence was that good, but it was. And there we go, history in the making. Joe Eggington from ITV Sports said a remarkable season for Darlington, really began to pick up speed in the middle of the campaign. They are deservedly going up. Get in there. And we've had a couple of players inducted into our greatest ever 11. Still some players from previous eras in there. So Nathan Newall, if you guys remember him, he's still at left back. Harry Perrott is still our right back, and Lecky's still at centre back. No Dan Sassy, I'm surprised. Midfield 3, pretty standard. All CJ Clark still in there. Green, Spellman, and Josh Hines is in there over Max Thompson. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. I'm really surprised at that. I don't think Max Thompson will be too happy with that either. But there we go. There's the season review over. All the accolades done. And I'll skip forward once again. Well, it's no surprise to see we win Manager of the Season for the second year running, our second back-to-back Manager of the Season award, and we did just beat Michael Doyle to the award from Southend, and you'll find out why he comes second very, very shortly. But we did have the highest win ratio out of all the managers, to be fair, 60%. Doyle had 58, Julio Arca 56 of South Shields. The Director of Football is delighted, and you'd have to think, is it a matter of time before big clubs or bigger clubs possibly come sniffing around? Because let's not forget, this is not a road to glory as such that we stick with the same team. I mean, I definitely want to keep Darlington in the Football League. I think that's a great challenge, and if we can leave them there, that would be amazing. But there is nothing stopping a bigger team coming in for us, potentially. With our reputation growing and everything that we're doing correctly at the moment, so we'll keep an eye on that too. It would be a matter of time before someone tries to come in and offer us a job. Unfortunately, well, I'm going to say unfortunately, fortunately, it's not one that's going to remotely tempt us. Gateshead have come in and offered us the job there. We, of course, know full well how they got on last season. 18th they finished in the National League in the end after having a very, very good start. We would be mad to step back into the National League after what we've just done with Darlington, and it's crazy to think that we are declining our first official job interview from another club in the career mode. But yeah, for me, that's a backward step that we simply just don't need to make when we've got everything that we want here at Darlington. I mean, I guess looking at the current jobs that are going in the world of FM that we have loaded, at least Gateshead, as you can see there, needing a manager. None of these are realistic. I don't think we'd get Wimbledon, Northampton, Sheffield Wednesday, Shrewsbury or Wickham. The rest are all National League or National League South North jobs. So I wouldn't say there's anything particularly appealing anyway. Scunthorpe are looking for a manager. They still haven't got promoted. What is going on there? I think a League Two job of a big club could tempt us. And I tell you what, if Sheffield Wednesday come in, that's a job you'd have to take. You know, if that sort of job come in. I believe they had a points deduction. Yeah, they did. They have had a points deduction and gotten relegated just after going into administration. So actually, Sheffield Wednesday is not a job I would fancy, actually. Yeah, it's mostly clubs that have been relegated from League One. So they will be League Two clubs anyway. But we're a League Two club, so that's... yeah, that's not even going to cross our mind. Why did we decline it? I didn't have interest. That's it. No interest whatsoever. Okay, so we're going to leave it here. We'll have a quick look around the world of FM now. We're almost into June, so that's when I'm going to head off screen and start looking at any huge free agents that have been let go by big clubs that we could sign, look at the staff, look at all that jazz to see what we can do to strengthen this club going into the Football League, not just the squad, essentially. So let's see what's happened in the world of FM then. So let's start in the National League South, if you have any interest. So Dorking got promoted with 100 points, which is quite the achievement, to be fair. Whoever's managed that club has done an amazing job there. Yeovil have joined them. It's crazy to think Yeovil were once in the Championship back in 2012. But at least they're going back in the right direction now. Dropping out then, Farnborough, Welling, Chesham and St Albans. St Albans, that's a bit of a surprise, dropping completely off the grid, essentially. And in terms of the playoffs, that was won by Yeovil, of course. Only one team only goes up, of course. Automatically, they beat Maidstone in the final. In the National League North, which of course was a league we were in once upon a time, Oxford City went up as champions in that league. The playoffs consisted of Telford, Tamworth, Kingsling, Blythe, Spennymoor, Curzon Ashton, and maybe Scunthorpe. I mean, there's a lot of big teams that we really had some great rivalry with who've not gotten close. A lot of newly promoted sides have done really well, and Blythe have done exceptionally well to get promoted into the National League. That's come from nowhere. They beat Tamworth 2-1 in the final. Scunthorpe, as you say, huge club, still can't get themselves out of the National League North. Warrington, a big club who we were fighting at the top end when we were in that league, have dropped out. Bishop Stortford, Hitching and Bradford PA are relegated. Obviously, we know what happened in our league, but we don't know who's joining us in the Football League, and it is Southend United, the team who finished second, did beat South Shields in the playoff final. Southend, of course, themselves only got promoted into the National League last season with us. They won the National League South. We come runners-up, or third in the National League North, and to see two promoted sides go up again, I think must be quite rare. But we've both done it. We've went back-to-back, and South Shields didn't make it. They didn't make it. So, Fylde, who were in bad form anyway, lost to Chesterfield. Oldham beat Bromley, as you'd probably expect. And then in the semi-final, the two sides who were second and third, who have that bye and that advantage, made it count. Southend beat Chesterfield 4-0. South Shields scraped past Oldham 3-2. Oldham did go on to win the FA Trophy, so they've still had a decent season. But Oldham staying in the National League, which is quite a shock, really. And in the final, South Shields lost on penalties to Southend. What a game that was in the end. And South Shields and their incredible rise stays stagnant for another season. They've been beaten on penalties. And I tell you what, I'm going to be rinsing a lot of this squad. I'm not going to lie to you guys. There are a lot of players in this team. Blair Rose, another one, who are of the standard of the Football League, who I think we could poach from the South Shields. So I think we're going to be doing a lot of South Shields buying in the summer. As for League 2, the league we will be joining, Bradford went up as champions. Burton went up automatically promoted with Mansfield joining them in the top 3, of course. Out of the playoff 4, Fleetwood went up in the final. Crewe and Morecambe will be passing us on the way down, which means we won't be playing them next season. So yeah, Fleetwood beat Notts County in the final. Into League 1, and Wrexham have gone up again. They are on a rise. They've went up as champions and are in the Championship, which is incredible. The Hollywood money doing its thing there. Reading joined them, with Rotherham winning the playoff final. Relegated then Northampton, Wycombe, Port Vale, Sheffield Wednesday. Relegated from League One after a 12-point deduction, and they've gone into administration as well. You can't say it's not realistic, but what on earth has happened to Sheffield Wednesday? What a shame. And yeah, Rotherham beat Charlton in the final. A quick stop in the Championship to see how the beloved Boro got on there then. So, Burnley went up as champions. They're just yo-yo, don't they? They've gone back into the Premier League as of Luton Town. They got promoted in second. Palace won the playoffs. No real surprises there. Relegated were Blackpool, QPR and Peterborough. So I wouldn't say there's any real shocks in the Championship. Boro, for anyone who's bothered, finished 8th. And that's quite good, actually, because they had a terrible start to the season, to which they were actually looking over their shoulders quite a bit. But I've followed Boro throughout. They've had a very good end to the season and almost snuck into the playoffs in the end, but we'll have to wait in the Championship for another season. They missed out by 1 point in the end, which is a bit of a shame for the Boro. Palace beat Coventry in the playoff final. And then finally, looking in the Premier League, Man City won by goal difference. They went up as champions, they are champions. Arsenal second, Newcastle the third. I don't like that. They're third with Chelsea fourth, United and Villa 5th and 6th, Villa having to settle for Europa League, along with Liverpool, who didn't have a great year. Tottenham 8th in the Conference League, relegated Southampton, Leicester and Leeds. Well, that's very realistic, isn't it? They're the three who've just been relegated, I think, in real life. Yeah, that is quite hilarious. So having a little look then at what's happened. As I mentioned, Oldham won the FA Trophy, if you've got any interest in that. Man United won the League Cup, beating Chelsea in the final by 1-0. In the FA Cup, City won that. They did the double. They beat Chelsea 3-1 in the final of that via extra time. So Chelsea losing both domestic finals. As for the Conference League, that was won by another Premier League side. Aston Villa won the Conference League, beating FC Köln. I think it's FC Köln on penalties. I've seen who won the Europa League, and I don't like it. It was won by Newcastle. I think they've won it back-to-back, have they? No, they haven't. But they beat Monaco 3-1 in the final. Again, that's not something you want to see. And as for the Champions League, it is bearing in mind three Premier League sides have won the Europa League. Premier League dominance. The English game is on fire, but not at the Champions League level, because Bayern won the Champions League, beating PSG. Holders Real lost to PSG in the semi-final. United and Liverpool. That's quarter-final. Yeah, I don't know where the semis are. They're in here, aren't they, somewhere? Liverpool lost to PSG. City lost to Bayern. So yeah, the two Prem sides lost out at the final hurdle. But that's where we're going to leave it, guys, for this incredibly long, exciting and eventful episode, our finale episode of Season 3. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, where we will be back with a transfer special as we try and prepare our squad for, hopefully, a successful campaign in League 2, where we will go into it hoping to stay up. But obviously we did that this season, and look how it's turned out. So let's just say the sky is the limit, and I hope you guys will continue to join me on this incredible journey. But until then, if you've enjoyed this bumper episode, do hit the like button and subscribe for more, and hit the bell too, so you never miss an episode when they drop. This is the only FM career mode now on the channel after my project Boro did come to an end. So yeah, do subscribe if you want to see more of this. Leave me a comment below, especially with any suggestions of any signings you may want us to sign in League 2. But until next time, guys, do take care. I'll see you all in the next one.